So we are back at starting page of iRacing, and we have been doing all the practicing and test. We've been on testing the car on the track and getting our lap times down, and we now are ready to start going on track with others. So um, we previously been on this test here, so we go into race now, and there you're gonna have a few options. It says select a session, and you can go here for races, and you can go for qualifying, you can go for time trials, and you can go for practice. And the difference between the practice session and the test car on track is that in practice sessions other will join in. So you can be up to 12 drivers on the same track, and under the practice button here there are a down arrow, and that will show you more servers that are available. You can see here from the bottom there it says here is 59 minutes left. The sessions are 1 hour long. It's a US server, there's an Australian server, and we'll go up a little bit by the US server, and there's a Dutch server, and so on. So for the Europeans, it's a little bit more popular to go into the Dutch ones as close as possible. We want the server to be, of course. So when we get into one of these, we're going to run into others. So let's do that, and make sure you have the right car with you and everything. So here we are on track, and you can see you can press the practice button, and we're going to do that. And you can also hear in the background other cars, of course. So we're going to hit the practice button, and we're placing the pits as usual. So now, very very important when you're on track with other drivers, you have F keys on your keyboard, and if you hit the F1, you will have lap timing. Not so useful in my opinion. You can have standings, that is showing the lap times the different cars is driving. So you have a guy here doing a 154, now they're doing a 159 and a 202. If you go to F3, we have relative, and this is a key that you always should use when you're on track with someone else. F3, very very important, because you will see where the other cars are in relations to your position on the cars. You see here now that this guy just passed us on the outside here, and he's 8 seconds away now. And there's a guy coming up from behind here, Thomas, 19 seconds, 18, 17, and so on. And this is good when you're exiting the pits, so you don't get exit the pits right into someone else. It's especially when you are on track, and if you see someone coming up, keep an eye on this one on the straights. Since you're new here, maybe you're doing 154s, you might run into someone running 49s, and you will be catching up. And if this is not a race event, this is a practice event. Sometimes if you run into guys that want to race close, you can do that, but if he's way faster than you, that is not the right time to starting to race, drive close together. So a lot of people also join up together, friends and so on in these sessions. So F3, use it all the time, Okay, F5, F4 of course first. It shows us fuel amount, how much you will add next time you go into pits. And if you want to change that, you can just untick begin fueling. It will not fuel when you are, but you have to do that when you are on track. If you do it here in pits, it won't work. So if you move a little bit like this when you're away from your pit box, then you can remove that. It won't add anything, and if you can also change this so it adds more or less next to pit stop. Shows you the remaining amount, and also how many laps that will last roughly. Tires, and the tire information is not live. That is the tire information that from the last time you were in the pits. Tire info also from the last time you were in the pits. It's not live while you're driving. So let's go back to F3, and we're going to use that. You see our Axel Smith is coming up, so we can give them some time to pass. and I use again um, using the tab to move to versus session best lap, so makes it a little bit more fun. You can also make shortcuts to the F keys, so you can make the changes on your wheel. There you have the standings. They're still running in the 150 accelerators, down at the 151s. Others in the 154s. I guess it's the bunch of guys that are ahead of us, or ahead of me. So back to F3. And now you see that Rolf is only 4.6 seconds behind us. So keep an eye on that. You don't know how fast he is. He might be blistering quick. See there if he's catching me or if I'm leaving him behind. See that the time is well, I'm pulling away from him actually, so I don't have to be so much worried. I can keep an eye on it still. See also the guys up front, I'm closing in on them. So if you run into guys that are slower than you, treat them with respect. Just because they are slow, it doesn't mean that you can treat them any way you want. So we see Rolf here behind us now is 7 seconds behind, and someone is exiting the pits here. You can see that because the name is a little bit grey. It means that they are in the pits. So they took the opening here between us, snuck in. You can see that his car is coming, is disappearing sometimes. That means that he has a bad connection. He is blinking, and beware of those. So we got 4.4 seconds to the guys in front of us. Rolf is 7 seconds behind us. Ronnie Rose is 3.5 after us. He might be a quickie. Oops, that was a little bit late braking. Looking too much in the F3 box. The guy in front of us ran off track. So if something like that happens, go on the brakes early. As soon as you see that happen, go off the throttle, slow down. It's better to find a safe pass than to take a chance and possibly run into him. You never know if he's using the F3 or not. It's probably not. So be careful. Okay, so now you know what it looks like when you're on track with other drivers. Maybe not that exciting, but again, use the F3. If you run off track, you spin. Look at the F3. If you have a gap, at least 5-6 seconds, rejoin the race. Carefully stay to the side. They will catch up. Stay to the side and don't just accelerate. Don't change your position sideways on the track. It was you who went off the track, so you must not ruin their race also. So okay, that was the little event here on practicing with others. This is a good thing to do before you go out on a race. You can also get a good sense of the lap times others are doing. You can have a look here now what it looks like. We are I did a 157 best recorded lap, and the guys here is doing 151, 153, 155, 155, 156. Indicates that around 153 it's a fair lap time. 155 is a lot of people driving also. So okay, next we will have a little look at the time trials in the next video. Thank you. Thanks for watching.